Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain For You. Today's topic is freaking out is like pouring gasoline on a fire. So, I'm going to paint a picture here today with this analogy. So before I do that, I'm going to take a nice couple of deep breaths. Sun's going down behind the trees up there, sitting in the driveway, and if it gets a little bit noisy, they're putting a roof on across the street, so forgive that if you hear that noise. Breathe in the outdoors. Exhale the indoor air. Breathe in the peace and the clarity. Exhale the chaos and the uncertainty. Breathe in the calm. Exhale the freak out. Alright, so I think I'm going to walk up the driveway so we don't have to listen to the roofers across the street. So, what am I talking about? Freaking out is like pouring gasoline on a fire and then wondering why it won't go out. Alright, so what am I talking about here? We're talking about TMS. We're talking about the mind-body syndrome. We're talking about basically stress, too much stress, TMS. And so if you're freaking out about the symptoms, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire and wondering why it won't go out. The entire TMS engine is fueled by the fear and the attention we give it. And so, if you're freaking out, you're giving it lots of fear, and you're fueling this thing called TMS. As I've always said, nobody ever got better by freaking out. That's the absolute truth. And people will wonder, how does it get so bad? How can I hurt so much if there's nothing wrong with my body? Fear and attention. If you pour bucket loads of that on a normal, not so bad pain, pretty soon it can be excruciating. Sorry. It's a long, steep driveway. Breathing a little bit heavy. So, are you freaking out on a regular basis? Are you? Are you wondering why you're not getting better yet? How much fear are you still having about the symptoms? Now maybe you might feel that I know it's TMS, I'm not afraid of my body being broken, but maybe I'm afraid of my brain. If my brain's powerful enough to create all this stuff, what else can it do? What else can it do? Well, if it's powerful enough to start these symptoms, it's powerful enough to turn them off with the right information. That's why I keep on showing up here every single day for you guys and gals to share that right information, the belief, the confidence, the hope. And it's not false hope. It's accurate information. And so, with all my heart, I'm going to really encourage you to notice when you're starting to freak out. Are you having catastrophic thoughts? Are you having even just worrisome thoughts? What if it doesn't get better? I've got to go somewhere in 3 days, and oh my God, I hope I don't hurt all day. Pull yourself out of that. Because that's like saying, I don't want my stress to cause more pain, so I'm going to stress out about that so it doesn't make sense, right? And this applies particularly to things like immune and digestive issues. So if you've got like IBS, for example, stressing out about IBS, which is a stress illness because the digestive system is suppressed when under stress, stressing out about IBS not going to make it go away, right? It's going to keep that digestive system suppressed and not operating the way it should, which means things are going to not do so well. End up with reflux, diarrhea, constipation, pain, bloating, gas, whatever. So, it also applies to pain or other symptoms. Because if you're freaking out, you're feeding the engine with fuel of fear. And all you're doing is screaming to the brain, we're in trouble. And so if you really want the system to calm down, if you want the brain and the nervous system to calm down, freaking out's not the answer. It's pouring gasoline on the fire and saying, how come this fire keeps getting bigger? Or how come the fire won't go out? And look, consistency matters. The less you freak out, the faster you're going to get better, because the faster your brain's going to realize, hey, we're not feeding this with any more fear, no more fuel. And that's impossible to do unless you're clear and you truly understand what TMS is and decide through the assessments that that's all that's going on with you. So are you guys freaking out? Raise your hand, comment below. How often are you freaking out? Once a week? Once a day? Once every hour? And I'll tell you, it's really, really tough to get the brain to feel safe enough to dial down the nervous system enough so that the symptoms and pains go away when you're freaking out. So, it's a simple video today, a short one today. Love you guys and gals as much as possible. Step out of the freak out zone. Move into calm reassurance. Use your intellect, your smarts. You understand this stuff to teach yourself that you're okay. And that will gently move you towards indifference to the point where you can literally look in the mirror and go, you know what, I'm really tired of fighting this. I'm tired of being afraid of it. I'm tired of feeling less than and not good enough. I'm tired of caring. So, like, if I hurt today, so what? I really don't care. And like I said in the video, maybe about 9 days ago or so, the mindset needs to shift first. And when it does, you'll notice that the mindset will help dial down the fear. When the fear dials down, you'll be able to shift your attention away. Now you've taken away fear and attention. The brain gets bored and these symptoms can fade away. So, don't make it any more challenging or complicated than I've just laid out. Fear and attention are the fuels that keep symptoms going. And so freaking out is like pouring gasoline on a fire and wondering why it's raging out of control. Try not to freak out. So, love you guys and gals. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you tomorrow.